a small village nestled between rolling hills and endless fields, there lived a young man named Leo. He was 23 years old, full of fire and ambition, with dreams that stretched far beyond the boundaries of his simple hometown. Leo wanted to become a successful merchant, to travel the world, to build something meaningful with his life. But no matter how hard he tried, life seemed to push back against him with equal force. His first business, Ventura small shop selling handmade goods, had failed within months. His second attempt at becoming an apprentice to a renowned craftsman ended when the workshop burned down. Every door he knocked on seemed to slam shut just as he reached for the handle. And with each failure, Leo's patience grew thinner and thinner. He became known in the village as someone who gave up too quickly, who made rash decisions in moments of frustration. When things didn't work out immediately, Leo would abandon his plans and jump to something new, hoping for instant success. His friends would shake their heads. His family would offer gentle advice. But Leo couldn't seem to break the cycle. One autumn morning, after yet another failed attempt at starting a venture, this time a partnership that dissolved before it even began, Leo sat by the village, his head in his hands. An elderly woman passing by stopped and looked at him with kind eyes. "You seem troubled, young man," she said softly. Leo looked up. "I am, grandmother. Nothing works out for me. I try and try, but life keeps knocking me down." The woman nodded thoughtfully. "Perhaps you need guidance. There's a wise man who lives in a small cottage beyond the eastern woods, near the old stone bridge. People say he has answers for those who seek them with an honest heart." Leo had heard whispers about this mysterious wise man, a hermit who had once been a great scholar, a man who understood the deeper truths of life. With nothing left to lose, Leo decided to seek him out. The next morning, Leo set off on the winding path through the forest. The journey took several hours, and by the time he reached the cottage, the sun was high in the sky. The dwelling was simple but well kept, surrounded by a garden that seemed to thrive with minimal care. Flowers bloomed in organized chaos, and ancient trees provided shade and shelter. Leo knocked on the wooden door. After a moment, it opened to reveal an elderly man with silver hair and eyes that sparkled with quiet wisdom. His face was lined with age, but there was a peacefulness about him that immediately put Leo at ease. "Master," Leo began, bowing his head respectfully, "I've come seeking your guidance. My name is Leo, and I'm struggling to find my path. Every challenge I face seems insurmountable. Every goal I set slips through my fingers. It feels like life is constantly testing me, and I'm failing every test." The wise man studied Leo for a long moment, then smiled gently. "Come, sit with me in the garden." They sat on a simple wooden bench beneath a massive oak tree. The wise man listened as Leo poured out his frustrations, the failed businesses, the missed opportunities, the crushing weight of disappointment that followed him everywhere. When Leo finished, the wise man remained silent for several minutes. Tina spoke, his voice calm and measured. "Tell me, Leo, when you plant a seed, do you expect it to become a tree overnight?" Leo blinked. "No. Of course not. That would be impossible." And yet, the wise man continued, "You expect your dreams to materialize instantly. You plant the seed of an idea today and become frustrated when it hasn't borne fruit tomorrow. Patience, my young friend, is the key to everything. The storm will pass, but you must learn to stay steady during the turmoil. The tree doesn't abandon its roots when the wind blows, it bends. It endures, and it grows stronger." The wise man stood and walked to a small chest near the cottage door. He returned with a tiny seed, no bigger than a grain of rice, and placed it in Leo's palm. "This is a rare seed from a tree that once grew in the mountains, far from here, planted by the river that runs through your village. Tend to it every single day, water it, protect it from harsh weather, clear the weeds around it. It will grow, but remember this, growth takes time. Real, lasting growth cannot be rushed." Leo looked at the seed skeptically. "And this will help me achieve my dreams." The wise man's eyes twinkled. "This will teach you what you need to know. The rest will follow." Leo thanked the wise man and made the journey back to his village. The very next morning, he walked to the riverbank and found a spot with good soil and gentle sunlight. He dug a small hole, placed the seed inside, covered it with earth, and watered it carefully. Then, waited. Days pass. Leo came to the river every morning and evening, checking the soil, adding water, clearing away rocks and weeds. But there was nothing, no sprout, no sign of life, just bare earth. A week became 2 weeks. 2 weeks became a month. Leo's old habits began to whisper in his ear. This is pointless. Nothing's happening. You're wasting your time. Move on to something else. But then he would remember the wise man's words. The storm will pass, but you must stay steady. So Leo continued. He made it part of his daily routine. Some days, when rain poured down, he worried the seed might wash away, so he built a small barrier of stones. When the sun was too harsh, he created a shade with branches and leaves. When weeds threatened to choke the area, he spent hours pulling them out by hand. 2 months passed. Still, nothing. His friends began to notice. What are you doing by the river every day, Leo? They would ask. Waiting, he would reply simply. They thought he'd lost his mind. But Leo had begun to notice something changing, not in the ground, but in himself. The daily ritual of caring for something without immediate reward was teaching him discipline. The act of returning day after day, even when there was no visible progress, was strengthening his resolve. He found himself becoming calmer, more focused, less reactive to setbacks. 3 months turned into 4, then 5. And then, one crisp morning in early spring, Leo arrived at the riverbank and saw something that made his heart leap. A tiny green shoot, no bigger than his fingernail, pushing through the soil. It knelt down, hardly daring to breathe, and touched the delicate sprout with trembling fingers. It was real. After all these months of faith and care, life had finally broken through. From that day forward, Leo watched with wonder as the shoot grew steadily into a sapling, then into a young tree. By the end of summer, it stood as tall as he was, its branches reaching toward the sky, its roots growing deep into the earth. Leo sat beneath his tree one evening, his back against its trunk, and finally understood the lesson. Just like this tree, his dreams would come true not through frantic rushing, not through impatient shortcuts, but through patient, consistent effort. The seed of every great achievement required time, care, and unwavering dedication, even when nothing seemed to be happening. He thought of all his failed ventures and realized that he had abandoned each one at the moment when breakthrough might have been just around the corner. He had never given anything the time it needed to truly grow. Armed with this new understanding, Leo began again. He started a small business. But this time, he committed to it completely. When challenges arose, he didn't flee, he faced them with steady patience. When results didn't come immediately, he didn't panic. He trusted the process. Years later, Leo became one of the most successful merchants in the region. But whenever someone asked him the secret to his success, he would take them to the riverbank and show them the magnificent tree that grew there. This tree taught me everything, he would say. Patience isn't passive waiting, it's active faith. It's showing up every single day, doing the work, nurturing your dreams, even when you can't see the results yet. Because beneath the surface, in the darkness where you cannot see, the roots are growing. And when they're strong enough, nothing can stop what breaks through into the light. And so the tree stood for generations, a living reminder that the greatest achievements in life belong not to those who rush, but to those who have the courage to be patient and the wisdom to keep going when the path is dark.